Hi, I'm Albani and I'm going to talk about my favorite movie, which is Love Rosie. The film Love Rosie, variously known as The Surprises of Love in Some Regions, narrates a bittersweet and sweeping story of love and friendship between two individuals who seem absolutely destined to be together, but who are continually separated by fate and poor timing. The plot: Rosie, Lily Collins, and Alex, Sam Claflin, are unwavering best friends, so close that everyone notices their connection, except, it seems, themselves. Their cherished plan was to attend college together in the US. However, when they turn 18, everything changes. Due to a series of misunderstandings and a disrupting night of partying, Rosie becomes pregnant by Greg. Alex, unaware of the news in time, promptly leaves for Harvard, with Rosie raising her daughter Katie in England and Alex building a separate life and eventually marrying the superficial Bethany in the US. Decades pass. Despite the distance and their failed relationship, they never stop being each other's most important confidant. Ultimately, after years of disillusionment and tragedies, they meet again when Rosie inaugurates her hotel. Now, mature and free, they finally realize the obvious and kiss, demonstrating that their love indeed survived decades of unforeseen destiny. Trivial facts and production data. This film premiered in 2014, being a co-production between UK and Germany. It is based on the novel Where the Rainbows End by the Irish writer Cecilia Ahern, who also penned P.S. I Love You. The actors Lily Collins and Sam Claflin are the film's driving key due to the great chemistry which they share. Regarding the numbers, the film ultimately grossed approximately $25.5 million worldwide. Although the production budget was never publicly disclosed, the movie is generally considered a success since it had an outstanding performance at the international box office, specifically in Europe, generating considerable profits. A truly brilliant detail is how the film used faxes and emails and text messages to reflect the evolving nature of their communication, exactly as it was described in the book. My personal suggestion for improving the story. These are my hypothetical changes, even though I am absolutely fascinated by the film. The first one: more direct communication. The major hindering problem is that Rosie and Alex usually stay silent when they really should speak up. I would suggest making Alex a bit more outspoken and self assured. If he were more assertive, Rosie, who is naturally more timid, would probably feel more comfortable initiating a romance. The second one: farewell to the Greg drama. Rosie's marriage to Greg is far too contrived. It makes no sense that he would appear simply to be an unfaithful husband. I would have preferred Rosie to have a more grounded, natural relationship which she would end respectfully, not due to cheating, simply because she didn't love him. Rosie shouldn't have had to endure so much suffering. Third one and final: a more romantic ending. The fact that they had to wait almost 30 years to finally be together is excessive. I would have liked for them to have had at least an early romantic encounter which would inevitably fail, so that the final reunion will feel more like a reunion of lovers and less like a merely fraternal one. In summary, I must admit I love how the film works. It definitely shows a lot of love, even if it lacks romance between them due to their circumstances. Furthermore, the faithful adaptation of the book's format, which include all those emails, was reflected in the film in such truthful way it was absolutely beautiful. Ultimately, these changes will only be hypothetical, of course. The overarching moral of the story is that despite an immediate and obvious connection, individuals must necessarily mature and live their own definite experience, successes, and mistakes to be truly ready for love. This explains why the events unfold as they did. Rosie and Alex were not destined to be together sooner because they were not individually complete, and fate simply used distance and errors to turn them into the people they needed to be so that they could, at last, love one another without regret. And that's it. That's the reason why it's my favorite movie. And thanks for your attention. Bye.